Kippur was a massive climb. I think we all feel tired. I know we do. And the musicians do. It was a big effort for those of you who were here or at the other locations and were doing the work. It was a steep climb, but we've been climbing all the way from the beginning of Elul. The climb to Yom Kippur, when we reached the peak of entering into the most inner place. Rebecca beautifully spoke yesterday afternoon. The inner place, the Holy of Holies. It didn't happen just in one day or in 10 days. It happened since the beginning of Elul. We'll be slowly climbing and slowly getting there. Very slowly, intentionally, gradually. And then we get there. And then, of course, we can't be expected to just drop back to normal lives, to where we were before Elul. It's impossible. I mean, some people do it, but how can you do that? I have to begin a descent back. And these days, post Yom Kippur, we're still carrying the feelings, the emotions, the work, the thoughts. We're still carrying them with us. This is not just a normal Shabbat. In fact, tradition says that every Shabbat carries everything that came in the week before. The 6 days of the week flow into the Shabbat and endow a particular Shabbat with its character. Whatever happened in the previous days, it flows into that Shabbat and it gives it its particular character or taste. And then that Shabbat is also the precursor of the week that follows. Everything that will follow in the week is already in many ways contained in the energy and the radiance of that particular Shabbat. And here we stand on this Shabbat, which is very special and unique, because the week before includes Yom Kippur, so we're carrying all the Yom Kippurness into the Shabbat. And the next week is Sukkot on Monday night. And so this Shabbat also begins to anticipate what will happen in Sukkot. And so it's a very, very special Shabbat. The Slonim Rebbe says this is the most special Shabbat in the entire year, because it's that meeting point between what? What is Yom Kippur? Yom Kippur is Din. Yom Kippur is a day of judgment. And so we feel the awe. Din is not just judgment, it's awe, it's ir'ah, it's really awe. Carry the awe of Yom Kippur into this day. And Sukkot is pure joy. And joy is associated with chesed, with love. So this is a day, Shabbat, in which love and awe, or irah, fear, or din, judgment, come together. It's a very unique. We hold both. Yom Kippur is a day of inwardness. I mean, the Holy of Holies and coming into the innermost place, most intimate place, is also the experience of Yom Kippur, coming into the very, very inner place in our hearts. So it's a day of being in. And we've been in the synagogue for an entire day, inside. But Sukkot is out. Sukkot is physicality. Sukkot is being in the sukkah, which is open. And it's holding the Arba Minim, the 4 species, which is very, very physical, very material. And so it's also this Shabbat contains that, so those two elements of the inward and the outward on this particular Shabbat. So it's very special, and I invite you to, and that's the way in which we sort of come down from Yom Kippur. We don't just drop, go back to normal. But this is the transition point. This day and the next couple of days before we get to Sukkot are these 4 days of the transition from awe and din and judgment to love and to joy, from inward to outward. So this is the essence of the Shabbat we inhabit now. For the next 24 hours, we'll be in this space. So I invite you to hold that, to think about that, to feel that, to hold what we experienced yesterday, which was a glorious day, except for the news from the murders in a synagogue in Manchester, which were a terrible stain, bloody stain in the gloriousness of the day, and we're anticipating the joy coming in the week of Sukkot, culminating with Simchat Torah.